Hey everybody, welcome back to Life Uninterrupted. I'm Brian, and today we're going to do something kind of fun. Occasionally we do get offers from companies that would like us to do reviews on their products. Today we're going to do a review on a product that I think is pretty cool. Actually, Shauna and I have been thinking about doing something like this or purchasing something like this for quite a while, and we think it's really neat. It's great for you RVers who have a small refrigerator. Perhaps you want more freezer space, or you road trippers who like to make sure you have cold drinks the entire time without using ice. So stick around. Alright, so what we're going to do today is review this refrigerator that was sent to us. It was provided to us free of charge in exchange for this review. I'm going to be honest about my thoughts and feelings about all this. Let's start with the packaging. It was definitely packaged well. It was overboxed. So this did come out of another box, much larger box, and then inside is packed well with foam, as you can see, and then inside is the cooler itself. So let's get the cooler out and take a little bit better look at that. And as far as quality of materials and build quality, seems to be okay. It's almost like your typical ice chest cooler material. Inside it has a really nice big refrigerator slash freezer area, and also like a little nook right here to put some other things in, maybe that aren't refrigerated. It's got a little LED light here on the side, which that will all turn on when I plug it in here in a minute. Comes with their manual, box of goodies, these are the handles, so those do have to be attached, not a big deal. Comes with your typical 110, 120 power brick and cord, and also a 12-volt plug, which we're going to use because since we're out in the desert boondocking, I want to run this off of our battery system, which is all powered by solar. So it'll be a good test to see how quickly this cools down on that system. This is a really neat feature. This whole basket lifts out. And you can use this, I suppose, or not use it. It's up to you. And also a little separator there that can separate the two sides of the basket, which is pretty neat. The refrigerator top has a robust locking feature as well as 4 recessed areas to hold drinks. Here's another look at the latch mechanism for the door, and as you can see, the seal design is very well done. The neoprene gasket that holds the cool air inside the refrigerator and freezer does a great job at that. There's also a chain that keeps the door from overextending. Additionally, they put a legend inside the lid that shows you what temperatures that is optimal for refrigerator and freezer contents. Since we've been desert camping for the last couple of weeks, I wanted to try this refrigerator freezer out on our solar setup. So in this instance, we have plugged it into a 12-volt receptacle outside. After plugging it in, the unit comes up into a standby mode, and to turn the unit on, you simply press and hold the on-off button for about 3 seconds. This turns the unit on, and the default mode is Celsius. Now you can change that pretty quickly and easily by holding down the plus and minus buttons simultaneously for about 3 seconds. That then changes it from Celsius to Fahrenheit and vice versa. To change the temperatures quickly, you can simply press and hold the up or down arrows to rapidly advance through the temperature settings, and as you can see here, it will go down all the way to -4 degrees Fahrenheit. To toggle between Eco and Max cooling modes, simply press the snowflake icon. Another awesome feature of this unit is that it has a built-in battery protection control module, and what this does is that it monitors your vehicle's battery voltage. 3 settings, high, medium, and low, have preset battery voltage thresholds, and this allows the unit to automatically turn on or off as needed to prevent your vehicle battery from being depleted. So I was curious about how loud this is, and the first reading I'm taking at 62 decibels about 1 inch away. The second reading of 47 decibels was taken about 3 feet away. Okay, I've had this running for a total of about 4.5 hours, and it's only gotten down to about 0 degrees. It'll fluctuate between 0 and -1, and it didn't take too long to get to about 40 degrees from the ambient temperature of 66, I think about 30 minutes. But it's taken well over 3 hours to get from that 40 degrees all the way down to 0 degrees. It doesn't seem to want to really budge from there. So I don't know if that's just an anomaly, whether there's an issue with the refrigerator freezer or not, but you know, in the scheme of things, I mean, 0 is pretty good. I did put a couple of thermometers inside, so let's take a look at that. So this is the freezer section, and you can see that says about 10 degrees. So a little bit off from the exterior reading of 0. And then in this refrigerated compartment here, it's reading about 30 degrees or so. Not too terribly concerned that it's not going to -4, because 0 is pretty good. All right, so I took the basket out, and one thing that I want to point out here are the sides of the freezer. You can see definitely some frost buildup, so it's getting super duper cold, which is awesome. It tells me that there's a really good insulation layer between inside and the exterior. The exterior is ambient temperature warm, inside obviously down to the 0 or so. All right, so I put some food items in the refrigerator. You can see I still have quite a bit of room to go. I have a carton of eggs, some lunch meat, 6-pack of pop, 6 beers, some milk, a couple of canned items, some drinks, other drinks. Back here where it stays a little bit warmer, some cheese, some butter, ketchup. So you can see tons of room in this thing. Now, I do have the basket out. If you put the basket in, it does take up a little bit more room, so you may not be able to get as many things in. But anyway, great storage space, 40 liters, 1.5, 1.4 cubic feet. So definitely a lot of space if you want to use this as a second fridge, or even a primary fridge or a primary freezer. Definitely a good option for that. Here the unit is sitting in the back of our Jeep Grand Cherokee, and as you can see, it doesn't take up a whole lot of space. That could easily sit in a back seat in the trunk, and the great thing about it is the 12-volt power cord, being at 11.5 feet long, will certainly reach to the front of your vehicle. Another test I wanted to do is to see how the unit would operate at an incline. This is roughly 30 degrees or so, and the unit operated fine, no unusual noises. It certainly kept cooling, so very impressed with the ability of this to be at different inclines or different elevations and still operate normally. So a great option for you off-roaders who want to take this in your Jeep or perhaps a side-by-side. Okay, final thoughts on this refrigerator freezer. The materials are pretty robust, what you might typically find in a typical ice chest type cooler, and fit and finish is pretty good. One issue I did have was with the handles. I had to slightly modify those in order to get those to install properly on each side. Overall, I'm really impressed with this refrigerator freezer unit, but time will tell if it continues to operate efficiently and effectively. For those RVers looking for extra freezer or refrigerator space, or you day trippers looking for a solution to the typical ice chest full of ice, then this may very well be a great option for you. Thanks for watching.